All right, welcome back to Network Marketing in the Digital Age. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a little while since I've recorded a video specifically for this particular segment here on my channel, but I did that on purpose. I just want to let you know. I did that because I was already recording a network marketing series for my podcast, the Redefined podcast, which if you haven't watched those yet, I've included them here as part of the Network Marketing in the Digital Age playlist. So go and watch those or listen to the podcast version. Very important episodes. It gives you my updated perspective on the network marketing profession, and it'll really just give you more context as to why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? To create a narrative that is more inclusive and that doesn't, it becomes more accessible to more people, right? We can access a broader audience if we broaden our narrative and our definition in network marketing. Anyways, go listen and go watch those 5 episodes. It's here on the network marketing in the digital age playlist. In today's episode, I want to talk about cost of products or services, right? The cost and how that can potentially be a barrier to a lot of people, right? Here in the U.S., we're still going through a recession, and a lot of people are really being squeezed. The cost of living is increasing while wages have pretty much stagnated for the last 20 years. And as I mentioned in the first episode of this playlist, I also want to address the challenges that we face in the Philippines market, and of course, cost is a big one, given that a lot of the companies that go to the Philippines aren't based out of the Philippines. So you're looking at like a US based company or a foreign based company that are pricing their products and services in that foreign market and then going to the Philippines and expecting to build with Philippine pesos, right? So there's a huge disparity between and the cost between markets, because there's a huge disparity between the income the income and the wages between the markets, right? Between the U.S., for example, and between the Philippines. And so, building with products and services that are priced in U.S. dollars and trying to build in a market that runs on Filipino pesos is really challenging, or at least people have told me it's challenging. And I understand the mindset, right? Like when you have, say, a $500 package, $500 is a lot of money in the Philippines. It's more than a month's wage for many people. However, we're gonna really dive into that because, uh, you know, despite the disparity of wages, and the conversion rate and all that stuff, I've still my team has managed to build a massive organization and thriving organization in the Philippines, right? Um, so cost isn't really as much of an issue as you might make it out to be, right? And I'll tell you why. Cost, I understand, is actual. It's real, right? Cost is the exact dollar amount. It's quantifiable. Let's say you have a kit or a product that's $300 US. That's actual. Cost is, I mean, it's there. It's quantifiable. No matter what market you're in, no matter what country, there will always be people that say your products or services are too expensive, right? And it's not so much the cost that they're complaining about. They're saying the cost is too much, but unconsciously, it's really about the perceived value, right? What they perceive that value to be. They're saying it's expensive because they don't perceive the value of the particular products or services is worth the cost that you're asking, is worth the price that you're asking, right? So cost is actual. Yes, it's quantifiable. It's a set dollar amount, but value is perceived, and therefore it changes. It varies wildly, depending on who you're talking to, and really depending on how you communicate how you communicate in your presentation the value of what you're selling, right. Here's the example: the iPhone. I have an iPhone. It's iPhone 14 Pro Max. It's the biggest 14 phone. Uh, iPhones are ridiculously expensive if you really think about it, right? Over $1,000 for an iPhone for a mobile device. It's absolutely bonkers, right? Now, I do everything on my iPhone. I'm recording this show, both the video and the audio. I do all my social media. I do majority of my my emails, my marketing. Like I can pretty much run a $1 million business just with my iPhone, and that's because that's how powerful it is. And so for me, the price tag, the cost of the iPhone, it's definitely worth that value, and then some, because I use it and turn around and and build my business with it, right? Right. So the value for me, the perceived value in $1,000 plus iPhone is it's no question. But for somebody who doesn't use the iPhone, or don't do the things that I do, when it comes to social media, when it comes to marketing, email campaigns, building funnels, creating videos and content, if there's not all of that, then of course they're not gonna believe in the value of the iPhone, for themselves, because they don't have a use for it, right? So that is a great example of the value fluctuating between individuals, and it doesn't matter again where you're from. It's just a matter of perception, from an individual to individual basis, right? Is the cost worth the value, right? Is the perceived value equal to or greater than the cost that is being asked, than the price that is being asked? So when we're talking about network marketing, then, and if you're going into a place where somebody is complaining about the cost, or the cost is their objection, the first thing to really think about is, do you feel like the value of your products or services is worth the cost, right? And if you're hesitant about that, if you go into a presentation feeling like the people that you're about to talk to, or the people that you're about to present to, will think it's too expensive, it's because you unconsciously think it's too expensive, and you'll unconsciously then communicate in a way that will make them feel like it's too expensive and it's not worth the value, right? All right, so that's the first place to start. Another place where I've seen historically in network marketing, people address this, right? Like one strategy to work around the value and the cost situation is by talking to people who have the financial means, right? It's that old saying in network marketing, sponsor up, right? Of course, for me, when I first started in this profession, when I first got started in network marketing, I was making minimum wage, right? I was a movie theater usher, sweeping floors and popping popcorn. So I didn't have a lot of means, nor did I know a lot of people, that had financial means, right? That were wealthy. But I was encouraged to talk to sponsor up, quote unquote, because those are the people that have the income to invest in a business. Not the greatest strategy, in my opinion. I mean, I understand where that comes from. That's very kind of 20, 30 years ago mindset. Talk to professionals, recruit engineers was one of the things, when I first got started in this profession, right? Talk to these IT people and these engineers, et cetera, because they have great careers. They have disposable income to invest. That's all well and good, but I don't really like it, because number one, I never fit in that demographic in the first place. And so what that meant to me was, yeah, you might be able to find some people that are interested in joining you in your business, who, if you just talk to people with money. However, it ignores the fact that maybe there's somebody that doesn't have the means quite yet, or that has less means, that has less money, but has higher ambition levels, that have higher motivation, that are a self-starter, that are a go-getter, which was the case for me, right? I had very, very little income, and I was very broke, but I was very motivated, and I was a self-starter, and I was a go-getter, and I was willing to get after it. If my original sponsor, who first introduced me into network marketing, had thought of me of a poor candidate because I didn't have money, then I would never have gotten introduced to network marketing. So let's throw that one out the window. And again, it's really more of communicating the value of what you're offering. And if you get good at that, I mean, then really it's a matter of, just continuing to present to people, and they'll see the value in what you're presenting if you develop that skill. And it's totally a skill that you can develop, right? And it doesn't matter how much or how little money they have. If they see the value in the thing that you're presenting, because you've gotten good at communicating that value, and what it can do for them, right? Let's say change their health, change their financial future, financial independence, financial freedom, longevity, extending their lifespan, and also improving their quality of life because you're making them healthier. Whatever way you communicate, you can develop the skill to increase that perceived value of your products and services, so that the people that you're talking to, doesn't matter how much money they have or don't have, they'll see the value in it. So we have to get good at communicating the value of what you're offering, right? The value of your products and services. It's a skill. It's actually a core skill of network marketing. If you want to be successful in network marketing, you have to develop the skill of communicating the value of your products and services. So that way, it doesn't matter actually where you are, what market you're in, how much money people have. If you can communicate the value to them and what it can do for their lives, improving their situation, then they'll see that the value is worth the price that you're asking. Now, as we do this, as we improve this skill, I also want to urge caution and not just go for the sale. Let's not like hard close people who aren't ready. Let's make sure we're not putting people at financial risk, right? Like we have to be responsible stewards of the profession that way, because remember, we're providing a service to people, right? We're helping improve people's lives. We're not just in it to make a quick sale. Right. Because if we do that, then that's irresponsible, and it's just all kinds of things go wrong, right? We never want to put people at financial risk. So as you develop this skill of communicating value, use it wisely. Use it wisely, right? Use it wisely. So that's really it. Yeah, cost doesn't matter. It doesn't matter really at the end of the day if you have developed the skill of communicating value. Remember, cost is actual, it's real, it's hard, I get it. It's quantifiable, but the value can fluctuate. Value changes from person to person. And in fact, you can change the value in a person's mind if you get good at communicating that value, right? All right, so hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps you address the challenge of cost being an issue for wherever you happen to be, and wherever you're trying to build, whatever market you're trying to build. It is all about value, right? It is all about value, no matter what the cost of your products or services are. All right, so that's going to do it for this episode. Tune in for more. We'll catch you in the next one. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.